Yo, what's going on, guys? Fire here, back in another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to run a lockdown defense in Madden 20. Now, this is going to come to us out of the big nickel over G formation. Now, this is one of my favorite formations that I ran last year. I ran a ton of crossman out of this play, out of this formation, and the sheds in this play were just killer. And this play is going to be very unique. You're going to have a couple of adjustments to make, but one thing that should be noted is that you don't have to run the big nickel over G formation. You can come out and run a nickel normal. These plays are very similar. These formations are very similar. And the play we're going to be running is cover 2 or a Tampa 2 type of a play if you're running nickel. But what I like to do is you're going to put your fastest corner right here in the slot, and since I'm running the play with my corner on the left side, I just feel more comfortable running that. If you're running it on the right side, you would put your user right here in the strong safety spot, but I put my user in the free safety. I'm running Anthony Brown on this left side, so I put Chris Westry right here to user. The good thing about these nickel or big nickel formations is that you can put a cornerback at safety, which means if I'm using one of these two guys, I can end up using a cornerback and just fly around the field. So like I said, I put Westry there, and then that's pretty much, these two are the pretty much only adjustments as far as personnel you have to make. So just gonna come out and it flipped like I said, and just gonna come out in a random shotgun pass right here. So the first adjustment that I like to make is to just press the D-pad left and then slant outside. This is just gonna give you better block sheds. It's just gonna allow you to get sheds, and it's going to allow them to sort of stay contained in the pocket. Now, the next thing you're going to do is to double tap the Y or triangle button to pull up your quick adjustments for the secondary. And then I'm going to press LB because that's our slot corner. Sometimes your slot corner will be Y. That's perfectly fine, but in this case, he's LB or L1. So just going to press that, and then I'm going to press the left stick to the left side to put him on an outside third L, which means he's going to be an outside third on the left side. So just do that, and then we are again, we're using Westry. So the next adjustment you're going to make is to back up the slot corner Anthony Brown. Now, how you're going to do that is press triangle or Y, A or X, and then just press on the player. So Y, A, individual, and then I see he's on the left side. Y is that running back. Press Y and then push the left stick or right stick up. I do the left stick. It doesn't matter. But so you guys see he backed up right there. I will leave this description down below in the comment section, by the way, if you guys do get lost. I know it's going to be a lot of steps, but next adjustment we're going to make is going to be putting A in the middle third. So double tap Y, press A, push the left stick up, he's in the middle third. Then we're going to put B in an outside third. Just double tap Y, press B, and put him in an outside third by pressing the left stick up once again. Now you guys see we have our three deep zones, and just a very simple way to run the play. We have our 3 deep zones. We're using Westry. Now the next adjustment you're going to make is to put our linebacker Jalen Smith in a flat zone on that right side. So double tap the D-pad to the right, press A, and then put him in a curl flat by pressing left stick to the right side. And then the last thing that is necessary to do is just going to be double tap the D-pad to the right, press X, and then I like to put him in a hook curl zone. This mid read isn't really doing much for us. This hook curl does better. We already have a middle third, so there's no really reason for him to be in a mid read. And that's pretty much all. You can also move Jalen Smith back in a cloud flat by pressing Y, right stick down, Y, right stick up. You guys see now Jalen's in a cloud flat. And then something you can do is just press these corners. Now, I don't really like pressing my outside thirds. It's very easy to get burned in this game, but I feel perfectly fine pressing a cloud flat on that left side. We have Anthony Brown, our fastest corner right there. He's able to back up into that outside third, and it's just going to throw your opponent off. And we definitely get the chance to use our cornerback, and so you can just move B back by individually doing that, or you can individually press X. So we have our setup, just going to put him back in the zone. We're going to be using the right side of the field right here, looking for any curls, seam routes. You guys see we get a seam route. He's going to chuck it up, and Anthony Brown is right there to make a play on the ball. He tried to beat us, but that's the thing about pressing Byron Jones right there, is that you can get burned like that, so you don't have to. But I'll go over the adjustments once again for that play. It's going to be double tap Y, press LB, push the left stick to the left side, then manually moving back by pressing Y, then A, then Y, left stick up, Then you're going to double tap Y, go A, left stick up, double tap Y, B, left stick up as well. We have our 3 deep zones. Then double tap the D-pad to the right, A, left stick to the right, and then just double tap the D-pad X, left stick to the left. We have our zones right here. Then press the D-pad to the left, right stick up to crash those DNs outside. And then you can just put Jalen in a cloud flat by pressing Y, right stick down, Y, right stick up. He's now in a cloud. If you want him in hard flat, Y, right stick down. That also puts Byron Jones in a cloud flat as well. So if you're just trying to put Jalen in the cloud flat, then you can obviously make an adjustment. You guys see it is boxed. We had him in a hard flat, which I wouldn't, but that would be completely clamped if I had him in the cloud flat. So I'm going to go over the adjustments for this play one more time. They accidentally just snapped the ball right there. That's just the annoying thing about practice mode. So just going to user, boom, make a tackle right there. Alright, so one more time, the adjustments are going to be, I'm just going to do it real quick here. The adjustments are in the description if you guys are confused. So I'm just going to make them real quick, show you guys how fast it is to make this. If you guys are concerned about time, I've made all the adjustments in about like 5 seconds, less than 5 seconds, maybe 3-4 seconds. And your opponent might not even make one audible in that time. So you guys see we have our adjustments. Make a little bump. User this guy. Boom, nobody's covered, and we get a shed. If you have super good D linemen, the sheds aren't that good, are terrible in practice mode, so take that into consideration. But that's going to take us to our next setup and what I like to run. So it's going to be a very similar setup. We're just going to keep, instead of a cover 3 cloud type of a look, we're going to make it into a cover 2 more of a look. So what I'm going to do is put LB into a zone, but I'm going to make double tap Y, press LB. I'm going to put him in a deep half on the left side. So just by pressing doing the same thing, pressing the left stick to the right, this time he's in a deep half. Once again, I'm going to move him back by pressing Y, A, and then left stick up. And then what I'm actually going to do out of this is going to be double tap the D-pad to the right, go to X, and then push the left stick up. He's now in a middle third. And we simply have our 2 corners on cloud flats, and we just have A in a zone. Now, I prefer the other way a little bit more. It's just confusing. You have a cover 3, you have a cover 2. It's just very good to throw your opponent off, and then obviously you're going to crash your players up, and then you can put Jalen in a hook curl. He is in a vert hook. If you like that better than a hook curl, you can do that. I prefer the hook curl though, so I'm just going to do that adjustment, and boom, we have our adjustments. Something else you can do, move Van Der Esch back a couple of steps because he couldn't potentially get burned in a deep seam route. But we have our setup, and just watch this play out right here. We're using the left side of the field this time instead of the right. That's something to be noted. You guys see, he throws it deep, and it is able to be broken up. Something about putting him in a hook curl right there is that's not going to be defended. If he's in a vert hook, he would be. So I'm going to go over the adjustments for this cover 2 setup one more time. Double tap Y, press Y again, then put the left stick to the right side, deep half him. Then you're going to manually move him back by pressing Y, A, and then Y again, and left stick up. He moves back a couple of steps. Put Van Der Esch in that middle third by pressing D-pad to the right twice, X, and left stick up. And then just slant outside, D-pad to the left, and right stick up. And that's pretty much the only adjustment you have to make. Just use the left side of the field if you want. You can come in here, hover, make a little bluff blitz type of a look. I've ran that before. Then you can just back up right here. You guys see he has to take the flats, and he ends up losing a couple of yards right there. So just a very simple play to run. I will just continue showing you guys the setup, show you guys how easy it is to just run this. This cover 2 setup is very nice because it's only a couple of adjustments to make. It's not as much as the cover 3, but the cover 3 is just for more intermediate players, more players who are advanced at the game and can make those adjustments. This is more of a beginner's type of a setup that I'm running in the second setup right here. But you guys see the motion, user those drags. We have Jalen Smith right there, and a very easy defense right there. So I'm just gonna keep showing you guys this. You can get a good look at it and see how much success I'm having right here. So made our adjustments. He's gonna block. We get that route. He's gonna chuck it up right there in triple coverage, and finally Anthony Brown is gonna come up with that pick. But I'm gonna go over, just keep showing you guys. This time I'm gonna go over the other setup. We actually have nobody really on that side, so kind of a weird thing, but put him in middle third, outside third. Here we have our adjustments. Move Anthony Brown back, and boom, simple. All we have to worry about is any sort of crossing routes coming out on the right side, and we're easily able to clamp that up. Now you can still put those guys on the outside in deep halves if you wanted, in case you're getting cover 3 beat, but it's just, you can also just keep this cover 2 on the side by putting him in a deep half right here. We have it, and then just run a complete cover 3 on the left, on the right, cover 2 on the left. Simple adjustment, and you guys see we have that deep half on the left. We have a outside third on the right. Something you can also do is move Jalen Smith out a couple of steps, because you can get beat on deep out routes, curls, if he's not out there. So here's our adjustments. And he's going to snap the ball. I'm seeing it's a streak, corner route. Nothing is covered. You guys see DeMarcus Lawrence does come through, and one of your DNs is going to have one-on-one, which is nice. And yeah, so that's going to go ahead and do it for the video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like on it, share your support to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe as well for some more Fire Madden 20 content, and also leave some suggestions down below in the comment section on videos you would like to see in the future. And peace. I'm out of here.